And the last thing I remember watching was off of YouTube. It was the Hereafter episode when they thought Superman was dead, but actually he was just transported.
Yeah, I'm getting close to that. I'm about like 3 or 4 away. Welcome to We Three Geeks. Here we are again talking about, what are we talking about today? We've been already talking about it, but we've been talking about comic books and stuff in general. We always kind of mentioned it, but we've never really focused on it. But anyway, my name's Terrence Jensen.
Hi, my name's Anthony Gerard. I'm the other white meat.
And I'm Cody.
And that's Cody.
I'm trying not to smile. Try not to laugh at my own jokes, but
We always...
I'm sorry, I'm totally disrupting this thing already.
No, I was just going to say
I lost my thought of train.
He's he's a single kid or a whatever. Oh,
I am a single kid.
An only child. That's what I meant to say. Yeah. I don't know what I'm talking
When
about
people
anymore.
find out I'm the only
God.
child, it's like that explains so much.
It kind of
Like this too.
But anyway,
Yeah, there we go. That's
so
comic books.
I digress.
Well, so we were talking about what were we talking. We were talking about. I kind of brought up talking about. I was watching the old Justice League cartoon, not the like old one, like the
Super Friends.
Yeah, not Super Friends. I was talking about actual Justice League, but no Wonder Twin powers or anything like that. But so we were kind of discussing how we were talking about the movie a little bit too. But like, what? I guess the first thing I kind of wanted to mention was like, what is it that for you? What is your like favorite? I guess line of comic books. What is your favorite?
Are you asking like, do I prefer DC over Marvel? Do I prefer Marvel over DC, or what way do I?
Well, I guess company-wise, yeah. Who do you like most? But also, like, I guess what is your like your out of your superheroes? What is your like favorite?
I've always been a fan of them all, and I know that's kind of a cop-out answer, but it's true. I mean, I look at it all one and the same. But if I had to choose, this is my place, by the way. We're doing it in my fucking place. If you look back there, I got like a lot of Batman trade paperbacks. I'm always going to be a Batman guy. Mm-hmm. Always. So that makes me love DC quite a bit. But it's not like I hate Marvel.
Right. So
A lot of hot superhero girls in Marvel. I need to get laid.
Yeah, we were mentioning that too. But anyway, well, not directly, but I don't know.
Good times.
What about yourself? I mean, comic book wise, what your favorite probably?
I mean,
Yeah.
I'd have to be the opposite spectrum here. I mean, Anthony here is definitely the comic book guy, and I'm more of the video game guy. But as far as comic book heroes go, I don't know. I mean, I like Batman a lot. He seems like a pretty good character.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly because of the Batman animated series.
I love that. Oh, I love that so much. I love how they mix the Art Deco with the film noir type stuff.
Exactly.
I love the look and just the style of Batman.
I know,
animated series.
stylistically, it's pretty much one of the superior cartoons that come out of the 90s, early 2000s. It's got great writing behind it. Kevin Conroy is an excellent Batman. I can't remember the guy's name, and it feels so bad not remembering his name.
Mark
Hamill. Yeah, I was about to
Luke
say that.
Skywalker.
Yeah,
A lot of people
he
don't
is.
realize that. but-
Yeah, that's a funny thing. Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that Mark Hamill actually did the voice of the Joker in that cartoon, and also in other things too. He actually did the voice of Joker in the Justice League when he's in it.
Synonymous with the character
Yeah.
Joker. Yeah, and he was also Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, it's nice to know that his acting career didn't end at Star Wars.
But have you heard him talk normal now? His voice kind of sounds strained. It's kind of like 2 decades of being the Joker is really taking a toll on his voice. That's not making fun of him or anything like that. We love him. I'm just stating it.
Yes, he's.
I don't want trolls to be like, how can you say that about him? I really
don't think
think
anybody's
it's
going
fat
to
in real
troll
life.
or disagree with you on that. I mean, if you listen to his voice acting in the.
I'm just this whole thing that just happened over here. It's like, here's the Oscar for the weirdest thing that happened on this.
I'm the love
thing.
child of Danny DeVito and Jabba the Hutt. It's pretty much.
Awesome.
I just thought I'd point that out.
We have now confirmation about your parents.
That's right.
But anyway, yeah. So
listening to Mark Hamill's performance in Arkham City, it was the last game. You really could tell that he was his voice was really just kind of giving out on him a lot.
Well,
I think
he's a lot older now from then too, and so
Yeah.
you can see that.
The story of those two games, I haven't played them because I don't have a console that supports those two games, but I've seen the gameplay, and
yeah.
oh man, they did an excellent job of Arkham
Yeah.
Asylum and Arkham City. It's really
They are.
and they have a new one coming too. What is it? Batman Arkham Origins or something like that?
Yeah, it's
Like Black Mask and Deathstroke is the villains in that, I think.
Yeah. The sad thing is that it's not actually going to be done by Rocksteady this time. So it's sort of an unknown element at this point in time. We don't really know how well it's going to turn out. Because Rocksteady's been performing pretty well as far as the Batman games go. So we're going to have to see.
Yeah, now, and the thing too, I guess I'd tack on that before we move on to something different there with comic books. But Mark Hamill's not going to be doing the Joker now anymore. That was his last thing. Arkham City was it. He's not doing it anymore.
Yeah.
It was sad, but I guess I always think of him as the Joker. But now,
Yeah.
but now, like comic books, like actual like the different series, like you're gonna know more about this than me or Cody do, because I mean, and I kind of looked up some of the stuff last night, but there's so many different lines and series of comic books over multiple characters, but also over the same character multiple times. But I guess, is there any specifically that you could point out that like other comic book fans would know?
I have always been a huge. Thanks for bringing this up. I was not expecting this question. I've always been a huge fan of the Batman Legends of the Dark Knight series. What it does is it kind of takes a look. Most of the issues were episodes.
Right.
Most of the issues were centered around the year one era of Batman, and I've always enjoyed the era of Batman where he's kind of finding his footing. Before Robin. When Commissioner Gordon isn't commissioner yet. I've always enjoyed the early stories of Batman. And,
Sure.
And they're all on Comixology, too. We don't get paid by them, but I highly recommend Comixology if you're looking to get into comic books.
Yeah, cool.
Just
Check out
download Legends of the Dark Knight. It's always been a great favorite of mine.
Is that a free app?
The app is free, but obviously you have to pay for the comics itself.
Okay.
Something like Legends of the Dark Knight, I think they're only about 99 cents right now because
Okay.
it's an old series. It's been canceled, but it ran for a good decade or so.
So
I enjoy it. I think you can get it in trade paperbacks too if you want an actual physical copy of it. So
Now, I liked Frank Miller's kind of vision of Batman.
There he
I'm
goes
assuming-
again.
Well, he's probably got him.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
There he is.
There they are. Batman Year One.
two
And,
great ones. I did grab the right ones, right?
You did. Yeah.
Oh, definitely recommended.
Yeah, cool. Nice.
Definitely recommended. Batman Year One and Batman: The Dark Knight Returns.
There we go.
Recommended. There you
Yeah,
go.
they're really good. I mean, Frank Miller's awesome, but yeah.
I treat these like crap, but I read them quite a bit.
He reads them all. Now, another thing, like, I guess a series that I've always wanted to read, now this is outside of DC and Marvel, but like, I think it's Dark Horse that does them, but like, I actually, later on, I didn't do it right away, but Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which was one of Josh Whedon's earlier series that he ever did on TV, is actually really good. If you actually go back and watch it now, I mean, like when I was in high school, watching it was like you shouldn't probably do that because you get picked on for it.
You shouldn't admit to it.
You should admit to it. But
now it's okay.
It's actually I just recently went through it on Netflix because I never really did. It was actually a really good series. There are some episodes that are like, I was like, wow, this should have won awards. I mean, it was really that good. I'm not kidding. You'd think Buffy the Vampire. It was actually produced very well. I mean, it's Joss Whedon. I mean, yeah, he's just good at what he does. But after the last season, they continued it and did like a season 8 in the comic books. I've always wanted to read those because it just seemed really interesting. But they've always done those. They also do Dark Horse. Do they do the Conan comics, or who does those?
Conan. God damn, I don't know.
I can't remember.
I'm not a Conan the Barbarian fan. I know.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think it is Dynamite that does Red Sonja. So I don't know of. Oh god damn, I don't know.
Well, anyway, so he doesn't know, and
I'm sure we'll have time to look it up after that.
that's all right. We'll flog him later for his nerd failure, I
There you
guess.
go.
And I think that was his last brain cell exploding. You know what I love though, like here that I'm thinking about is DC versus Marvel. That's been going on since I think the beginning of time. But here's the thing: like I like a little bit of everything from all of them. I would say from DC, definitely I'm like him. Batman Batman is just so well rounded. He's been written so well, I think, amongst all of them. And I think the biggest reason that a lot of people like him more is just for the fact that he doesn't have any superpowers. It's just a guy who puts on a costume, and he uses his smarts, which he's really super intelligent, of course. But he just when he started out, he was just a detective. That's how he was looked at. He was just he was just a detective. It's kind
of like part detective, part ninja, part whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Now everybody, in the DC universe, I'll pick this even more because there's always this thing about Batman versus Superman. You've got people who really like Superman, all the powers and stuff, and then you got people who like Batman. Now, I know someone who really likes Superman, doesn't like Batman all that much. But funny enough, every time we get into it, there's no real winner here. But I always say with Batman, he's smarter, and I always think the smarts are going to win out over the brawn. And because I'll be honest, Superman is just about as deep as his bathtub is. But I mean, it's
what
not
an
like he's
amazing analogy right there.
It was. It's or not. I don't even know. But well, maybe. The thing is with Superman, I'm not saying he's stupid. I just think Batman. He thinks like so far ahead. Like
because he has to.
He has to because he has no powers.
Right
exactly.
There. That has Olympic agility.
Yeah. In Justice League, they touched on this, but Batman never gives up either. He will continue to fight. He doesn't stop. That's also, I think, for him a superpower is that his will to just continue is just unstoppable. He will not quit.
He also has an incredible list of villains too. Probably one of the best in all comic books.
Oh yeah,
probably. I'd say Spider-Man's probably number 2.
Right.
But by far, Batman number 1 when it comes to villains. Because everyone can put their name on, Joker, Penguin. I'm not going to sit there and name all of them, but
yeah,
you know what I'm trying to say.
Sure. No, I understand. I know it's very good. No, but the Joker, Two-Face. Oh, he's always had this really well-rounded group of characters. But then again, I also like characters like Darkseid and stuff like that from Superman, Metallo. Because those are really cool too. I mean, more godly, Brainiac. But I would definitely say that. I think if I were to pick, I think DC. I would say definitely wins in the category of having villains that are really good. Like really deep villains. Marvel, not too bad. There's a few. Magneto's pretty good. I mean, he's definitely on the top somewhere up there. But it's harder for me to think of ones I like more. Versus those two. But so comic books. Comic books. Always really cool.
Yeah.
I wish I was
one
into
thing I
more.
really enjoy about comic books, though, is we've talked a lot about DC and Marvel. Talked about superheroes. Comic books are also used for other genres as well.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
I think of Vertigo. That's kind of an imprint of DC Comics. It's kind of more like the Showtime of comic books. You have stuff on there that is not superheroes. I think of like some of the classic ones like Sandman. Look up that one. It's by Neil Gaiman. Preacher. You go over to Image Comics. Obviously, everyone knows The Walking Dead. Image Comics is kind of like more Image Comics. I mean, not comics. Image Comics is more kind of like an alliance of 4 or 5 different little imprints. But Robert Kirkman, of course, The Walking Dead. He also does something that is called The Thief of Thieves that I really appreciate and I enjoy. It has nothing to do with zombies. It has nothing to do with superheroes and everything. It's more kind of like an Ocean's 11 type story. I highly recommend Thief of Thieves.
Right.
Let's see some other stuff. Chew. Have you ever heard of Chew?
Chew? No.
Chew. Oh, you gotta look into Chew. It's a funny. Oh God. If you're watching me right now and you're listening to me, you gotta look up Chew. Find it. If you don't like Chew, you won't like comic books at all. Great story. DMZ. That's over in Vertigo. So many things that are just out there that's why I like comic books, because you can take any sort of genre and you can put it in there. People think of comic books as just all kiddie, toddlers, adolescent superhero stuff, but no, you can it spans many genres, and it's not just for kids. Saga is another one too, just recently from Image Comics. It's kind of like Star Wars meets Game of Thrones. Oh man, I recommend that one too. Now I keep on talking with my hands. One of these days I'm going to fly away.
But
Sorry, I kind of went on a nerd rage.
No, actually, I think this is a big topic. We're gonna have to come back to this
Yeah.
again. I think we might have to do another
A part
thing about
2,
comic
if you
books.
will.
Yeah, but this has been We Three Geeks. We've been talking about comic books. My name's Terrence Jensen.
Hi, I'm Bob Vila.
And I'm also Cody.
And he's also Cody. When he said chew, I thought he meant tobacco. Anyway,
We are in Nebraska. I have the chewing tobacco.
the chewing tobacco.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, let me ask Siri.
but beyond that, that's really not the. I mean,
Conan the Barbarian.
Would you like me to search the web for Does Conan?
No, I don't have the time.
no, don't search the web.
Sorry.
I guess okay. Now,
I hope you edit that out.
yeah, it's fine. It's fine. We're good. We're fine. Okay, I got you the first time. I know where we're at. But no, what I was gonna say is that with Batman, he also, which I was gonna say, they touch on this in the Justice League. What was that? You got a phone
It's an
call?
alarm.
Oh, that's an alarm. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good.